Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I come running in late. Um, I don't know if there's some type of technical issue or what. I was having some issues getting in. If you can actually hear me and see me and all that good stuff, will you drop a comment right quick? Was you having issues getting in?
Oh yeah, everything locked up, and then it said, "Sorry, we can't process this right now," and it kicked me out, and I had to come back in.
Yeah, it wouldn't even. I'm trying to log in for like a couple of minutes, and it wouldn't even let me get in. And I thought maybe because that little library thing that's down on the bottom left hand side of our screen,
Yep,
it was almost full. So I deleted a couple of old videos thinking something might have been hung up,
something
and
going
then
on.
it finally let me in. I don't know if I mean, it's been a hell of a day.
It has,
I
it
don't
has, and
know
now it's
if.
showing like the comments in the bottom corner or something weird there going on.
Oh, wait a minute. That I think I can actually turn that off.
We apologize for our live technical difficulties, folks.
Like I said last week, we never claim to be professionals, and we probably need to do this right quick.
Yeah, thanks for taking care of that. I was trying to do that earlier when it just went no and shut down.
So oh, wait a minute. Bam. All
Thank
right,
you.
that takes care of the comments. Before we go any further, I guess it was sometime Tuesday afternoon. I had an epiphany.
Okay.
It has actually caused me to lose a little bit of sleep this week. I've been stressed. I've been angered. It is my newest hot button item. It is very possibly the most important controversy that we will ever run across.
Uh oh.
I have got to know, why do we not have cheesecake filled donuts?
That is one of the great questions of our time.
We have all of these donut places around here. Not one of them. Not one of them. Cheesecake filled donuts. That would scratch two itches.
It would. I think we're going to have to start a petition.
What the?
I bet we could get signatures.
I
I
know
bet
we
we
could get
could.
signatures. I knew we could get signatures. I mean, this would be one of those big boys unite, and they would definitely come out of the woodworks. Look, we've got these amazing pharmaceuticals on the market that take care of stuff like that. So I think I would be good for at least a week.
To get us started off tonight, um, we have a topic. I know you've had a bad, busy day. So, have you had an opportunity to look at that topic? Do you know what the topic is?
Yes, I do know what the topic is. I was actually thinking about it, and this is one of those where I could be wrong. I reserve the right to be wrong. If I am wrong, somebody please tell me. But I don't think that we've ever had a female writer on Daredevil. I am very intrigued to see how she writes the personal relationships that Daredevil has with certain people. Because at the end of the day, to me, that's one of those characters that the action and the villains are going to kind of take care of themselves. Um, that was one of those, like with Chip Zdarsky, the reason why that run worked so well for me was the personal aspect of Matt Murdock Daredevil.
Hmm.
Um, the same thing with Ahmed, was that his name?
Saladin Ahmed. Yeah.
Yeah. That was also the same thing on his run, because he took a character that he created a character with Matt Murdock that I never would have imagined. And Father Matthew is what carried that book for me.
I agree. His run, Father Matthew, was the hinge that whole thing swung on. I agree.
I mean, it was such an important part of his persona, the way it was written. When you got a brief cameo of Father Matthew in the Ultimate Universe, I actually got a little bit excited because it was like, oh, there's Father Matthew. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how she does the personal aspects, the personal side of the character.
Well, you kind of jumped in there, but
yeah, it's just been that week.
The topic is books that are good to start reading now.
Oh,
and that could be a new series that's launching, and that's a perfect case in point. The new Daredevil #1. It could be an ongoing series where there's a new story arc starting or something like that. It could be a series that's just one shot, so it doesn't matter. But before we get into any of that, I'm going to need you to embiggen me because I want to show you something that I picked up this week. I didn't actually pick it up several weeks ago, but it just arrived this week. It took 2 weeks to get here from Missouri.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure a mule could have gotten it here faster. But this is still pretty darn cool. All right. So the other day, weeks ago, comic book artist Javier Saltares, who I'm friends with on Facebook, he posted, cleaning out a closet, I just found 15 pages of artwork from my run on G.I. Joe at Devil's Due in the late 2000s. And I said, a la Grease, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. And he's like, okay. So he was wanting to sell them like all together as one run of books, which I could not afford by any means. But I said, I would like that one and that one, please. And he said, okay. So I now have 2 pages of his G.I. Joe art. Now, there's no G.I. Joe characters on them. You would recognize Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow or whatever. But that said, who cares? This is really cool. The bottom panel on this one is a shame because it's more of a, you need the next page to really know what happened, and I don't have the next page. But look at this.
Oh, nice. That is clean looking.
It is super clean looking. And then you'll see what I mean by the bottom panel is it's just that.
Nice.
So that's that page. And then I got this page, which it's got some good action stuff going on. Look at that kicking down the door.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely good looking right there. That's going to look really good framed.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I'm definitely jealous of that one. That is beautiful.
Isn't that great? I asked Javier Saltares if he would want to come on the show. And, like, you know how sometimes with some people you can see the emotion, like bubbles that come out of their heads when they write words on a screen?
Yeah.
You could see the like, ooh, no. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm far too shy for that. I could never talk to people online. I was like, wow. So not going to be coming on the show, uh, which is unfortunate. We'd love to have him, but that now gives me, I own 4 pages from him now. At the store, I've got a page from, I want to say it's Web of Spider-Man. It's an annual that has he drew Spider-Man, and that has Ghost Rider in it, and that's what he's most famous for drawing is Ghost Rider from the 90s. The big motorcycle, the classic look and the chain. That's Javier Soltari's art. If you liked the Ghost Rider art from the early to mid 90s, that's Javier Soltari's, and it's beautiful.
Nice.
I've also got a page from a Catwoman annual that he did, which is exquisite. And now I have these 2 G.I. Joe pages. So that is pretty spectacular, and that makes me quite pleased. So I'm pretty happy about that. Did I run you off? Did I lose you?
No, I'm getting that same thing I was last week where everything sounds metallic to me.
Yeah, you've been kind of doing that from the beginning, but now your video is kind of buffering too.
I was thinking about resetting the entire router over here and seeing what happens, but that's going to end up booting me off and all that good stuff.
Yes, it will. So you want to talk about some comics that are good to start reading right now? So
yeah, and actually,
and then we can go through our normal. Here's what I've been reading.
Well, the one of our normal comic books, which is a really good one to start reading right now, literally just came out with a new #1 because they kind of changed the title just a little bit every so many issues. So we literally just last week got Mark Spector Moon Knight #1.
Yep. We're getting the glare off of that something fierce, but you can't tell how beautiful that cover is. But that is a gorgeous cover.
How's that? Is that a little better?
Not really.
Let me just do this then.
I think I may still have it here. Yeah, I do. I've got it. I'll show it.
Okay.
Yeah, switch us around on who's embiggened, and then yeah, look at that. Him laying there like in a casket, down to all the hieroglyphics on the side of it. Yeah, that is a gorgeous cover.
Yeah,
and it's brand new. It helps if you've been reading Moon Knight, but this is starting a whole new story arc, a whole new deal. And if you haven't read it at all, doesn't matter. You could pop into this because I will tell you, when I started it, and I've been reading Moon Knight for a long time. When I started it, I was like, "What the heck is happening here?" I am so confused.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun when you start an issue and you're like smack dab in the middle of the actual adventure. Like you've got to, it was like just because you're not reading doesn't mean that they're not out there doing their thing type deal.
Yeah.
Now you've got to catch up to where they are. And I love it when some comic book, because if it's done properly, that's just great.
Yep.
This one doesn't even start you off like halfway through whatever this adventure is. It starts you off like 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah.
You honestly, I enjoyed the fact that I had no idea what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the fact that, especially with the arc that we just come off of, and now we're into this one, the entire time you're reading this, if you have been reading Moon Knight for a while, you're like, okay, Mark, this isn't you. What's going on? This right here is the perfect jumping off point. And the way that it ended.
Oh, how great was that?
Well, here comes the spoiler alert for some people that haven't read it, but for the people that are not buying it, maybe this will kind of help a little bit. There's been this looming big bad, or even a memory of this looming big bad. Even when he's not there, you're still kind of wondering when he'll be back next.
Hang on a second.
What's up?
We got Bianca in the house, yo.
We just talking a little Moon Knight, B. What you got going on?
Yeah, what are you up to, Bianca? I feel like we haven't talked to you in forever, and I know mid-April is not that far away, so we're gonna get to see you pretty soon. But we miss you. We miss our favorite swamp witch. Uh, so what you up to? What's the hefts? How's things?
Mm-hmm. And I think that it's time that you finally come on the show.
And we can bring you on and just show what you're working on. We don't have to show your face. I know you have to remain mysterious and maintain your allure. We can do that. You can just doodle, and that's fine. That works just
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Um, but this,
Which is our very roundabout way of saying we miss you and we'd love to talk to you some more.
yeah, really. But this character, his name is Zodiac,
Yep.
and he is like the polar opposite. He is the yin to the Moon Knight's yang. I mean, they are not compatible on any level, and Zodiac does have this. I'm going to compare, and it's not going to make sense except for the people that's actually reading it. On some level, Zodiac has kind of turned into almost Moon Knight's Joker.
Yeah, he's his antithesis. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's even a couple of things like expect even in this issue with a couple of things that he says, you even understand that this dude's crazy, and the only reason why he's actually doing what he's doing is for the fun of it.
Yep.
And I think that's why I loved I honestly, I love this issue. I got excited when Zodiac showed up, then saw what Zodiac was doing, and it was oh, really? And then the last page, you get you honestly, you get a hell yeah moment on the last page.
Yeah, you really do, and it's great.
And it's okay.
Captain's Comic Expo in Charleston. That sounds pretty awesome. And if you're loading your car, that means you're driving. So be very careful driving, please. We want you to arrive in one piece, make a whole lot of money, and come rolling out of there filthy rich. That is our hope for you.
That is always the dream for all of our friends.
Indeed.
I at least want to be able to say I knew them win. That's all I care about.
Yep, this is true.
But yeah, Moon Knight. This is the perfect time to start reading Moon Knight. It's something that's on the shelf literally right now as we speak.
And like I said, if you've been reading it, you'll be helped out a little bit. But if you haven't read a single issue of Moon Knight before, you will come in just as confused as the rest of us at the way this story starts, because you're like, what is happening? I do not get this. I do not understand. But it is very well executed and it's fun. And when you get to the end of it, you're like, turn the page like, no, I want to see what happens next, which is that sneaky thing that they do to you with comics.
Yeah, and another one and this is one that everybody's going to say, okay, come on, whatever. We both know that you and Josh are fanboys for this particular franchise, blah, 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 whatever. Shut up. A really good time. You know what? I am glad that you were letting that bum tag along. I really am.
Well, she's a sweetheart. She takes pity on people.
I mean,
she hangs out with us.
Future, you just got to take care of him. I think he's going to be okay one day.
He'll be all right, that boy.
He'll be all right one day. I think you can get him there. But guys,
all I could hear after the end of that was "bless his heart."
Yeah, let me be honest with y'all. The past, I mean, this is just going to be a completely and totally real moment. The past month and a half of my life has been insane, and it's just been like no time off. I have honestly enjoyed going to work because at least there they let me take breaks occasionally.
Yeah.
And it's been that way for like a month and a half. And we're in the final home stretch. I'm exhausted. And probably what you're going to get out of me tonight is 100% smart ass Alan.
Unfiltered.
Yeah, unfiltered. I just need to get to about 3 to 4 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and then it's done. It's all over with. No more dance competitions. No more running all over God's green earth. We actually get our weekends back. So yeah.
Hang on. We just got a breaking news here.
Ooh, really?
The pair of you did a cover for Maleficent #5.
Okay. Now look.
I didn't know I was going to have to order that, but now I do. So that's
I didn't know
helpful.
I was going to be buying it.
You could get it double signed at the expo. If it comes out by then. I'm not sure that it will, now that I say that. When does that come out?
I know y'all,
Bianca.
I know y'all trying to help each other out, but I got a kid in private school. I don't need y'all to do this type of stuff. I got to save some money.
I don't know why y'all did that to me. I like the accusation as though this is something they did to you.
Yeah, I'm taking this personal. Look, I've actually got to look how to spell this.
That's true. You're busy on a lot of weekends. That is very true.
Yeah.
Hey, are you going to bring your husband up with you on this trip? Because I still haven't got to meet the man, and I gotta say hi to this dude. Also, consider getting some ink. I want a tattoo of Alan's face. You think he could do that?
Did you ever watch Beavis and Butthead?
Very little. I couldn't stand the animation. It drove me nuts.
I couldn't either, but sometimes some of the stuff they said was hysterical. And one thing that always stuck with me was when he said, I want a tattoo of a butt on my butt. Okay, so I'm looking on League of Comic Geeks, and apparently they do not have y'all's cover listed yet. You just say Maleficent #5.
She did.
You know, if you come on the show, we can promote Maleficent #5, show it all off.
Oh, it's going to be an exclusive at MegaCon.
Oh, okay.
Well,
look, I had a brief text message conversation with someone yesterday afternoon.
It was a pretty one-sided conversation.
Yes, it was one of those I'm not telling you what to do, but this is what you're going to do type conversations.
Yes, it was.
I don't care if it's a MegaCon exclusive or not. You better save me a copy.
Best bring it up to Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got a couple of sales right here, guaranteed.
Yeah, well, you see, so only 1,000 copies. So that means you've got 998 that you can sell at MegaCon.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kaylee's is on now, and she saw Bianca. So, hi, Bianca.
No. Kaylisa, you don't worry about Bianca for just a minute. Cheesecake-filled donuts. I need you on that.
Yeah.
We've got to remedy this. I need all the diabetes in one bite.
I bet Kaylisa could figure out a way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking like in her world now, and yeah, 350 are already spoken for. Okay, so that leaves 648 that you can sell at MegaCon. Just put 2 of them in. Just sneak them in your stuff, bring them up here with you, sell them here. Nobody will know the difference. It'll be our secret.
Have either one of y'all posted it on Instagram or Facebook? I would like to see what it looks like.
Oh, look at this. Look at the love. Lisa! That is pretty awesome. We're so excited. We always get very excited to see you. And we're pumped that you're going to be coming up to the Hunts Vegas, the Hunts Patch. Are we allowed to still call it that? Because now we're the biggest city in Alabama. Is Hunts Patch still allowed?
I've never heard it called Hunts Patch. I've always heard it called Hunts Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you must be on the other side. Oh, you live in Hunts Patch. That's the problem.
Yeah. I'm more of the Hunts Patch side.
Well, you can bring us some of his. That's okay. We don't care. Whatever you got to do, you just you know deep in your heart. What are you looking up there? You look very intent.
I was trying to, for some reason, Instagram and Facebook is not wanting to work well with me tonight. But back to what I was saying. I know y'all gonna be like, "Oh, you're just fans of that." But and I'll be honest with y'all, I loved this issue, but I did have a couple of small little minor problems with it. We can talk about that in a second.
I'm
But
dying to know which one you're talking about.
a really good time to start G.I. Joe is literally right now. Because what they've done is they've introduced 2 new characters. And generally when you have the way they do it, when you have some type of it's not a filler issue, but it's kind of a break in the action. Now is a good time to start reading G.I. Joe. The real American hero, the one that's been going on since, the 80s.
Speaking of which, I didn't think about this and I should have brought it up as a topic later. But hang on. I just let's see what we have here.
No, this is 325. If you were talking to me.
I am talking to you, but I'm saying you just hold
on. No, I'm
on.
talking about James.
Oh.
He's got on there is at 333. This is actually 325.
Oh, Bianca, that is gorgeous. Like, holy smokes, gorgeous. And look at all that beautiful room to sign it.
Well, I mean, I would, but I can't see it.
Well, it's secret. It's secret. You can't see it. Can I text it to Alan as long as he promises not to put it on the internet?
God knows I've been keeping Mark Spears' secrets for years. I can keep this one too.
Okay, that's a fair point.
I told y'all are just getting honesty tonight.
I know it's fun watching us do this stuff, but let's see. Alan. We're just gonna fanboy over this for a moment. You should have it on your phone now. How gorgeous is that?
Okay, just now.
You blow that up to full size and really look at it. Holy smokes, that is just exquisite.
That is one of those where literally the art on it is something that you could very easily picture inside of the parks somewhere.
Well, it's not like she has any experience putting artwork in theme parks.
No. I know she's a complete novice when it comes to that.
Yep, totally.
But no, I mean, seriously though, I mean, this is one of those where it looks like it could be hanging in like a specialty themed restaurant down there or something like that. This is very beautiful. I definitely want to copy.
Now that's interesting. You painted it in 2 pieces. I've got to go back and look and see if I can see how vertically, horizontally. How did you do that?
Let me take a guess, just by what I'm seeing. The bird and the background on one piece and her on another.
Spoilers.
Well, I mean, there's nothing. They can't derive anything from what I just said.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
Look, I'm sitting here looking at the comments now, waiting to see if she tells me I'm right or not.
It's like what you're describing is like the multi-plane camera that they used, that they developed to create that depth of field.
Yeah.
On some of the early Silly Symphonies and such. What you're describing is that a painting on top of a painting, which that's clever, and you're probably right, because I don't see neither seam nor nothing. Oh, she fixed it digitally.
Oh, gotcha.
You're a sneaky and a trickster goddess, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Nope. I am sure I love it. No, that is like 100% legit gorgeous, and you must 100% bring that with you, because We have to have it.
Yeah, if y'all have any copies of it left, I would love to get a copy from y'all, and get both of y'all to sign it and everything. I think it would be great.
It would. So a great book to start reading is Maleficent #5.
Yep.
But only if you can find the right cover. That's important.
But back to this G.I. Joe issue 325 for just a minute. What they've done is they've introduced two characters. You have literally two different stories, but it's the same mission. I love the fact that every time you turn the page, you got the other character's story in this mission. Well, you literally so the new characters are RC, it's nothing but drones, and downrange, and she is a new sniper.
She's awesome.
Dude, now see, okay.
She is awesome.
Don't get me sidetracked, I'm getting that. What they do is you've got both of them together along with Duke and Roadblock. They get in a couple of other, like, we'll call them the Star Trek red shirts. They get to a certain point, and then the mission parameters for them to split off. So from that point on, you'll get Duke and downrange. You flip the page, and you get Roadblock and RC. You flip the page, and it just goes back and forth like that. I love that. I thought that was great. Downrange, you can already tell in what little bit that you get in this issue, there could be a ton of depth to this character.
Oh, 100%. Hang on. Sorry to derail you guys. Dude, we have no rails.
I woke up derailed.
Our rails they're not even aligned. Like one rail is here and the other rail's going off that way. Yeah. We ain't got no rails.
Yeah, I mean, I wake up derailed, so it doesn't matter. I literally started the show complaining about we didn't have cheesecake-filled donuts. So, I mean, and now we're talking about comics.
You know, Bianca has that whole thing where she went through that thing where she was doing animals or birds, like, and food as one creature. I bet she could make a cheesecake-filled donut bird.
Now, that would be fun. Or a cheesecake-filled donut turtle.
A turtle works.
Because, look, you got the donut, and then you can do, like, donut holes for the little feet. And then, like, another little donut hole cut the right way for the head.
We're sorry to do this to you, Bianca.
Bianca, you're talking about derailing us. I literally, where did it go? I had to create this one time. Just so we can. Yep. So no, you didn't derail us. But the character downrange, I tell you what I would love. I would love to see about it doesn't have to be a 6-issue story arc. It could be 2 or 3 issues. If they did 6 issues, great. But I would love to see a team up between her and Sherlock.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep going back to Sherlock, but it's because we have not seen that character in a long time.
Well, we actually saw her relatively recently, just very briefly.
Yeah, very briefly.
Tiny little window.
And it was one of those where you see it and you're like, oh crap, there's Sherlock. And then that was it.
Yep.
So yeah, I really hope we see more of Downrange. RC, I just could not connect with.
Well, he looked kind of cool, but he looks very futuristic sci-fi. And that's not my favorite aspect of G.I. Joe. Lord knows there's plenty of it. But I prefer the more realistic looking things plus ninjas. So yeah, I wasn't just like, ooh, RC, he's cool. Plus his whole thing is drones, and I'm not the biggest fan of drones. So
yeah, I mean, I agree with you. He looked really, really cool, but it just kind of come across as a shallow character. Like there was nothing there beyond him looking cool and having cool toys.
I will say one of the cool things about this issue is I think, and I know Mooneyham got to draw what the new Dr. Mindbender looks like earlier, and I know Mooneyham got to draw Serpentor Khan, but I think these are the first completely original new G.I. Joe characters that he's got to draw.
Yeah.
He was the very first one to draw. So I like that aspect of it too, because Chris Mooneyham is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he is a phenomenal artist. I mean, truly phenomenal. I did not notice that when I read this earlier.
What?
Where it's showing you the cover of the next round of Silent Missions.
Yeah.
Those look really
You
good.
mean Silent Missions?
Yep.
They're all Cobra. Cobra!
Is there, where is the other one? I thought we had two of these in here. That kind of cracked it open. Well, no, we only have one. But this is RC. This is our new. I mean,
G.I. Joe character, yeah.
Yeah, it's all drones. He looks really cool. But it was drones and a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah.
That was kind of eh. I'm gonna try to find a really good shot of downrange.
Yeah, I suspect other people will feel similarly because she just had something about her that was kind of dark and scary, I guess. There's something about her that says I've seen some stuff and I've been through some nasty stuff and I dealt with it and I killed it and now I'm going to deal with whatever else they put in front of me. Really enjoyed that. Thought she was very cool.
I mean, this is right here might, as bad as it sounds, might be one of the best pictures of downrange that we have. We've got, this is Duke over here, and this is downrange. I'm trying to, come on, zoom.
Get that glare off of there. Yeah. It's in focus. It's just got glare.
Yeah, it's just got glare. Let me try this. No, shit,
nope.
My doors.
There we go.
There we go. But yeah, a really cool character. She had a really great comment on here or in here about she learned from like the best hunting guide in Montana or something like that, her father.
Yep.
That right there was enough in one line to tell me there's so much more to this character that can be told.
Yep.
This character can have so many great stories if they do it. And I really hope that they do.
Well, let's move on to the next book. We got to tell these folks some good stuff that they can start on. New comics that are in a good place to start.
If you're feeling a little bit nostalgic, and if you have not been reading Space Ghost, next up would be so Space Ghost 8 just ended this story arc. And Pepos has done an amazing job with Space Ghost since the very beginning. It's just been great. This particular story arc, I wasn't that big on. It was almost like he was trying to get in the feels a little bit too much. And when the character finally gets unalived, it was like, oh, thank God they're finally gone. Now we can move on. Because to me, the ultimate story is, and you really and truly, you start to pick up on it pretty early on with the Space Ghost book, and that is Jan and Jace. The reason why he takes them on and the reason why he really and truly becomes their mentor and everything is he lost Space Ghost, his real name is Dax. He lost his family. He lost his wife and kids. Jan and Jace have become his surrogate family, and they lost their father. He is becoming their new father. Their new protector, their new provider, and they've built this family dynamic, which really works because there has been in the first run, there were some truly emotional issues basically putting this family together and for them to trust each other and to be able to talk and to be able to be honest and to work problems out together as a family, even though they weren't a family. In this current story arc, they introduce their grandfather, and I know that he's their grandfather, but his character has just felt in the way the entire time. Well, not anymore. He has been moved out of the way. He is gone. He is bye-bye. Thank goodness. It's over with. So next up, Space Ghost issue number 9 is going to start a new arc. And Space Ghost has been a lot of fun. You might read this current story arc and think, my God, this is a great arc. He's an idiot. I don't know what he's talking about. Me personally, I just didn't think it really worked. But overall, Space Ghost has been solid from the very beginning.
So you're telling people to start at issue number 9?
Yeah, I'm telling people to start at issue number 9 with Space Ghost. And that should be out in a couple of weeks. My next 3 comic books that I have is not a good time to get into these books.
Well, then save those for later.
Yeah, so we'll save these 3 for later.
I'm going to jump into some that are good to pick up and start reading right now.
No, let's do that.
Some of that depends on what kind of thing you're in the mood for. Because we got, like I said, we did Moon Knight earlier. It's a first issue. It's an ongoing series. If you like it, you can always pick up the stories that have gone before this, but you don't need those. This is a great place to jump into Moon Knight. It's a fun story where, like I said, you're just as confused as a first-timer reading Moon Knight as we are, who have been reading Moon Knight forever. We're all confused together. This is a great place to jump on. If you're looking for something to read and you're kind of in a I don't want anything serious mood. I just want something that's going to tickle that weird part of my brain that is bored of the normal. Then this may be the book for you. And I'm going to read the title because it's very long. And this is The Laser Drug Force in the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre.
I feel like I need that just for the title alone.
You kind of do. This book is everything that this title says it is. It's at a theme park in Florida, which instead of a mouse has a hippopotamus. Or a lot of hippopotami. It's people on scooters who are rude to each other. It's people in Hawaiian shirts. It's everything. It's insane. It's 100% insane and hilarious and weird. And the art is just, I mean, the art is this. It's the same on the inside as it is on the outside. It's just what is going on here. But yes, you want to try something new. The Laser Drug Force in the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre.
I love that name.
Technically, they're just calling it Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre. But at the top of the book, it is the Laser Drug Force in. And if I'm correct, and I'm going to feel very bad if I'm wrong, Fred Kennedy, is that the same guy, the writer for Dead Romans?
I believe so.
Because if so, I mean, we need to have Nick Marinkovich back on here anyway, but if so, we need to bring him on here to explain himself. Because this is hysterical. What an absolutely bizarre book. I think maybe some drugs were involved in the writing of it because I'm not sure how you'd write this otherwise.
It is. Same guy.
I thought so. Dead Romans is a heck of a book. This is the furthest thing possible from Dead Romans, but also a heck of a book. This is hilarious. I'm begging you, make me have to order more of this because this is funny. The Laser Drug Force in the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre. You thought Cocaine Bear was funny? That's funny. We got the new book. Last week we had Bleeding Hearts kind of kicking off the new relaunch of the Vertigo line. And this week we have End of Life #1. When we talked about Vertigo the other day, we both said this doesn't look like a Vertigo book,
Yeah.
right? And that is true throughout because the art inside is very much the art that's on the cover, very similar. It's not the painted kind of look of it, but it's very similar. The story is just not what you're expecting. Um, you get a hitman that has to go home.
I'm still here listening. I'm just messing with this thing in the background, trying to get this metallic sound cleared up. Are you there? Are you froze? Did I freeze? Did we all freeze? So am I the only one, or is Josh completely frozen? Because I'm kind of looking at it on YouTube also, and let me tell you what, if Josh is trying to bring back the mannequin challenge, he's doing an amazing job. Yep, we have lost Josh, but that's okay. I can handle this for just a moment. I'm good at this type of stuff. Josh is, oh, he's trying to come back. See what happens.
StreamYard is having issues.
I think they are too. And I'm kind of wondering if that metallic sound was ever this computer, because I'm no longer hearing that metallic sound at all. And I'm kind of wondering if it was StreamYard. And you're frozen again. Yes, the internet is probably haunted. Ghost in the Machine, Ghost in the Wires. Ghost in the Wires, if you're into that stuff, is a phenomenal book. It is basically an autobiography about a guy named Kevin Mitnick. It's considered at the time, the world's most dangerous hacker. He was feared because they honestly thought that he could whistle into a phone and launch nuclear weapons. Which no, you can't do that. But they were convinced he could. So great book, by the way. All right. So while I know we've been talking about books, now is a really good time to start. But since Josh is kind of having issues, I will go ahead and jump. Well, let's see if he's coming back now. We'll see. Oh yeah, they really were.
It's not my computer; it's StreamYard.
I
keep getting messages. Sorry, StreamYard is having issues. Boom, and it shuts down.
It is weird.
Yeah.
Okay, at least I never heard them called phone whistlers. And I know some people are going to be like, yeah, but I always heard it called phone freaking. That was something that they always said. That's just the way that I always heard it in that community.
Just for Kaylee, it is usually my computer, but it's not tonight. Tonight, my computer is fine. StreamYard is losing it. I'm so frustrated with it. Anyway, apologies, everybody. So back to this. How much of this did you guys hear me say?
You kind of froze up right as the part you said that you and I were both talking about this didn't come across as Vertigo to us.
Wow. Okay, so I went on for a good long time after that. Yeah, reading it, the art on the interior is not the painted style of the cover, but it's very similar. It's a hitman who has to go back to his childhood home, and things are not happy there. His dad doesn't want to see him. All of these things. His dad's like, fine, you can go to bed. You can stay in the guest house because I don't want you sleeping, or the guest room, I don't want you sleeping here. And then you get to this page, and it's not a spoiler. It looks like one, but it's not. Where you see his dad in the middle of the night come walking down the hall with a shotgun, steps into his room, is pointing the shotgun at the bed, and says, "Sorry, boy." That's his dad. And you're like, all right, what's happening here? I think it's an interesting book to read. It's certainly a good place to start because it's brand new and it's Vertigo, so it's got some promise. We'll see. This wasn't my favorite Vertigo book I've ever read by any means, but it was an interesting read, and toward the end, especially, it finally was like, okay, now that's where it got interesting. Before that, it was just kind of some good, standard kind of stuff. For anybody who's joined since we talked about this, the laser drug force in the Florida hippopotamus cocaine massacre. This book is insane. It might be the very definition of insanity. You need to pick that up. Another book that's a good place to start. This is kind of the end of DCKO, but it's really the beginning of the next thing, which is Aquaman. So things are changing at the end of this issue. And so this is a good place to kind of get a handle on what's coming next. And we have been telling you guys, Aquaman is a phenomenal book. This is a great place to start.
My only thing, and Aquaman was actually one of the books to talk about. My only thing about starting there is if somebody starts with the next issue, they're going to kind of be lost as the whole who this is actually fighting. Because you're like freezing up, and
I am not.
StreamYard is definitely having issues.
Oh, Aquaman is so underrated. Am I back? Am I still here?
Yeah, I hear you now. We're moving now.
This is a good question. What's better, the Last Action Hero cliffhanger? Cliffhanger was a good movie, but I think Last Action Hero for me, I know Last Action Hero did terribly at the box office because people didn't want to see Arnold that way. I guess they didn't want that world to be what it was. They wanted a serious movie. It was a goofy movie with serious elements, but I thought that was great. Omega Force Aquaman. It's a lot of power. Matt Posey, haven't seen you in a while, but it's good to see you. We have missed you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll let the door hit you with the dog should have bit you.
Daylight was better. I agree. Daylight was a great movie.
Yeah.
Do not disagree. This book I'm hesitant to say is a good place to start because excuse me, like Dork #1 did last week, where this random book, people suddenly were clamoring for it and the prices on it shot through the roof. This book has done that this week. I can't really see any reason for it. I don't know, except it was probably grossly under-ordered. And I don't want to get into this story because this is kind of a post-apocalyptic story in a kind of weird world. But the book is White Sky. I ordered a few copies because I thought it looked interesting. And it is. It's the sky at some point, like 5 or 6 years ago, whatever, turned white. Just instead of blue, the sky just turned white. And ghosts ran amok and started killing everybody. And so this is kind of
so what I did was I pulled up the YouTube feed on my other monitor, and it's looking like on both sides Josh is frozen now. Are y'all seeing the same thing? I think y'all might be seeing the same thing I'm seeing. So what we'll do, hopefully he'll be back here in a second. I would say definitely Michael Jai White is Dr. Facilier. Probably. I just got a text from message from Josh. Definitely Michael Jai White is Dr. Facilier. I don't know who else I would get just yet off the top of my head. Crap. Name just completely. No, I've got exactly who I'd want. Name just completely and totally left me. For the princess or for Tiana, she was in Sinners. She was in Pitch Perfect. She's been in several things. I'll get
Anna
her.
Kendrick.
Who?
Anna Kendrick.
No, she was in Sinners. She was in Pitch Perfect 2 is the one. That was weird. Okay, I have no idea what's going on.
StreamYard is possessed. I'm telling you.
It really is. Let's do that.
This is a good question. What percentage of visitors to comic shops actually buy comics?
That's a good question.
That's a darn good question, and it's kind of funny because I don't track any metrics for people who don't buy things. That's a darn good question, and now I probably should think about that. Yeah,
Honestly,
I'm not sure.
I've been up there like several times, and somebody might walk in and look around for a couple minutes and then leave. But just a few times that and me going up there, once a week, that's really not a good metric, and there's not a good measurement there. But I've only seen that once or twice in the entire time I've been going there.
Yeah, it definitely happens. And you get people who come in looking for a specific thing, and we didn't have that specific thing, so they leave. That happens. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. Hopefully, you guys heard what I had to say about White Sky. Good luck finding it at anything close to a reasonable price because people have just jumped this off like crazy. It's gone nuts. Twilight.
And Josh is frozen again. Let's see. To me, I would say that that's really hard because to say you can't really do an average on week because of titles that come out that particular week, what's slated to come out that particular week, what all the person is signed up for. You might have one person that signed up for 2 titles, and the next person that walks in the door is signed up for 25 titles. See, are there regular spins that they do on release day? Yeah, like I said, it's really hard. Like, take for example, I could have 7 or 8 books show up one week, and then only 2 books show up the next week, and then 10 or 12 books show up week 3. It really all depends on the release date of the actual books themselves. And then you also get into a situation where some of these books will come out. What did I do with it? I got it right here. This will be a really good example of what I'm talking about. So with issue 325 of G.I. Joe, with the introduction of 2 characters, I think we actually had like 5 or 6 different covers come out with this. So you might have some people that come in and say, like, I picked up this cover. I really didn't see a need to grab the other covers. But you might have somebody else, the next person that comes in that buys this book and goes, well, wait a minute, I actually like these 3 covers. So when you start talking about, so you really can't determine how much a person is going to spend just based on what they're actually signed up for that week. Then you also have people that come in and they get everything that's in their pool box. Plus, hey, they might have been setting a little money off to the side, a little married money that the missus don't know about or something, and they pick up a $200, $300, $400, $500 slab book that they've been wanting, a wall book. You never can tell. I don't think this one right here is it. I don't think he really had anything to do with Marvel going down. Marvel has definitely gone downhill. Marvel is not doing good at all on the comic book side of things. Marvel's problem, we've talked about it in the past. If you actually go back, some friends of ours, Dustin and Nick, when they were doing Two Brothers Comics, they talked about it on some of their old episodes of Babylon, which are a lot of the conversations they had about the stuff are still valid today. So it'd be worth going and checking out some of their old stuff. Marvel's problem is they're not hiring writers that truly care about the actual character. You have Jed McKay, you can tell he cares about Moon Knight. Ryan North, you can tell he cares about Moon Knight. I'm sorry, about Fantastic Four. But like some of the others, say with like the X-Men stuff and like Spider-Man and some of the other books, it's almost like they're just throwing somebody on there just so they can get the books out.
Well, they just think that they'll sell no matter what garbage they pump out.
Yeah.
And so they don't have any kind of a unified editorial vision, creative vision, direction that they want to go. They have just been laboring under, hey, as long as we keep pumping it out, people are going to keep buying it. So why waste time and effort trying to make it good or memorable? That's kind of where they are, which is really unfortunate. I'm so sorry about about StreamYard. I don't know what's going on with it tonight. I'm about ready to throw the whole thing through a brick wall. I will quickly jump through my other books that are good ones for folks to jump on and read now. So we'll see if we can get through more than one. Twilight Zone. Every issue is a standalone issue. Every issue is its own episode of Twilight Zone. Strongly recommend. It's great. This may be counterintuitive, but they just put out a second printing of Incredible Hulk number 30, which was the last issue of the Incredible Hulk run currently. But it is the issue that kickstarts Infernal Hulk, where Bruce Banner and the Hulk have been separated completely, leaving the Hulk with this jagged line down his chest and something that something has to fill that space because nature abhors a vacuum. So essentially, a really powerful demon fills that space, and this is the first. This is where that happens. So it's the last issue of Incredible Hulk. So you would think that'd be a terrible first issue to read. It's not, because it sets up what happens in Infernal Hulk. And Infernal Hulk is what, 3 issues in, I think.
Yeah.
Worth reading. There are multiple printings of Infernal Hulk. I recommend it. So again, sorry to just speed through these, but I want to see if I can actually get through them. Absolute Batman number 17. Honestly, any issue of Absolute Batman is a good one to start, but this one's particularly good because it picks up after a brief respite in issue 16, and this is the introduction of Absolute Poison Ivy. We don't even see what Poison Ivy really for real looks like until the next issue cover, which is interesting. But yeah, Absolute Batman, worth picking up, worth reading, no matter where you start, but this is a particularly good place to start. And you can fill in the rest with reprints, additional printings, or with trades, but really, really solid. Absolute Superman also on this list because this is picking up after a big battle and it's starting a new story arc. So that's a good place to start if you haven't read Absolute Superman. And Absolute Hawkman.
Ooh, so good.
That dude is someone you do not want to mess with. Absolute Hawkman is something. He belongs in this world. I'll say that. He is like the ultimate pragmatist, and he is super, super powerful. Recommend that book a lot. This one becomes a bit of a surprise, considering what we were just saying about Marvel. But from what I understand, this is kind of a launch point for Marvel getting their stuff back together. And this is Chip Zdarsky writing Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon.
Is it ongoing?
It's Wolverine versus Nuke. And you notice Wolverine has Captain America's shield.
Yep, that looks good.
This and the interior art is every bit as good as this cover. The closest book I can think of that I have read in recent memory, that's Absolute Superman number 16, James. It's fantastic. But the closest book I can think of in recent memory I have read where it had this kind of feel. Do you remember Wolverine versus Predator?
Yeah.
This has a similar feel. It's totally different. Obviously, there's no Predator in it or anything, but it has that same kind of feel as something's going on. There's this desperation. There's this sense of urgency. This is a really good book. It's an age-old story. Somebody's trying to create a new super soldier, but instead of trying to create a new Captain America like they were trying to achieve with Nuke, they're trying to create a new Weapon X. And this is cool. This is a solid issue. It's got a really good. I'm trying to think it's got a really cool vibe. It's just a really good book. I'm wondering, by the way, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm wondering if a character that they meet toward the end of this book, actually, now that I'm looking at it more closely, I'm pretty sure that is correct. I don't want to spoil it. The Captain America that they meet, or the person that they meet at the end of this book, is the David Colton Captain America.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm just going to say it. It doesn't give away any plot points, but they do meet the new David Colton Captain America, and he's very cool. The last book I saved as a new book that's a perfect time to jump on to a new book. It's hard to beat jumping on with a first issue. Muppets Noir. I will say, from a review perspective, it's kind of weird. Actually, it's extremely weird. It opens with a standard Muppet Show opening where they're trying to put the show on and all these things are happening. I kind of don't get the characterization of Miss Piggy in that beginning bit because it just doesn't seem like her at all. She normally gives you all kinds of grief and beats you about the head and shoulders if you try to cop any attitude with her, but here she gets her feelings hurt, and instead of being mad about it, she's like sad, and she's like her lips are quivering because she's about to cry. I don't get that. But anyway, Kermit is feeling swamped and overwhelmed and over his head, and he just needs to take a nap, which he does, and then he goes straight into a film noir dream where he is Detective Flip Minnow. And he has to solve the crime. And that's the rest of the book, is him trying to solve the crime. And it is, of course, to be continued. But there's all kinds of Muppet mayhem and hijinks. And yeah, if you're a Muppets fan and you want, again, if you want something besides just superheroes, this is a great place to go. Muppets Noir #1 just hit the shelves. And again, if you want something a little bit different, if you want something out of the norm, then I have to bring it up again. The Laser Drug Force in the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre. The artwork is kind of Keith Giffen, Jeff Darrow esque. Um, if you're looking back and thinking old Doom Patrol, uh, some of that kind of stuff, and look at the pompadour on that dude. I mean, just look at that.
That is awesome. Jude, yes, there's tons of them up there. So kind of keeping in line with books that would be a good starting point. May 20th is when we get Absolute Green Arrow. And so the signups for that should begin pretty soon. Pre-orders will.
Yep.
Did you see the what was released? I believe it was released today. What Absolute Green Arrow looks like?
No, I have not seen that.
Well,
I was hoping let's Comics Pro is happening this week, which is where comics retailers and publishers get together and talk to each other. It's out in California. I paid so that I could attend it virtually, and today was such an absolute dumpster fire of a day. I didn't get to watch a thing, and I haven't seen anything. But they made some announcements today that people have been messaging me about, and there is a new Jonah Hex. There's a new Legion of Superheroes. There's a new Demon book. There's Batman Shadow of the Bat this fall. Shadow of the Bat. How great is that? This is all part of this next level thing that DC is doing. There's a new Dead Man book.
Yep. I posted that on the Discord channel. I ran across an article earlier that was talking about some of the new releases with Firestorm 1 coming out.
Yep.
It talked about Lobo 1 coming out. The two big ones, as far as Absolute is concerned, is Absolute Green Arrow, which apparently people are going nuts over this design. If you do, my suggestion is, and I'm not a spec collector. I'm not big on spec collecting, but I know a lot of people that were like, well, man, I totally missed out on Absolute Batman #1. Y'all were talking about it, but I didn't listen, and now I can't read it because it's a $150 comic book. Well,
they make trades, and they're on to like their 10th printing of #1. You can
yeah,
still read
so the people that want actual #1s, you're going to want to pick this up come May 20th when it comes out. The easiest thing to do, and I'm solely talking for our little neck of the woods, our little cave that we all live in, just sign up for the book. You can always cancel it a couple of months later if you don't like it. But if you're really and truly hunting those Absolute #1 first prints, sign up for it so people will know how much to order.
Yep. If you're local, sign up for it at Haven. If you're not, sign up for it at your local comic shop. Yeah, that's easy peasy. Speaking of Haven, I feel like now is a good time. And Kaylisa, if you're still watching, I'm going to have to get together with you because I'm going to need to enlist your help if you are willing. I've already reached out to some other folks. I've already been making some phone calls, and I've been doing some things. But today is February 19th. That puts us, what, 5 weeks away, maybe? From April 2nd. April 2nd is Haven's 25th birthday. 25 years.
Okay.
So we're going to do some celebrating. 25 years is a big deal. We're going to celebrate it. And I've got some ideas for some things I want to do. I've got some phone calls that I still have to make. I've got some emails I still have to send out. But 25 years come April 2nd. So we're trying to plan some things, some fun events. We're not going to just do one day. We're going to do, essentially, we're going to be the pregame before the expo. Our celebration is going to be the warm-up band for the expo. It's just going to be celebrating us. And then right after the expo, like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, we have Free Comic Book Day. So we have essentially a month-long celebration of comics and all things geek happening in Huntsville, happening at Haven. And we're planning several things, some in the store, some out of the store. But Alan, one thing I think you'll be on board with, I hope, as I have tasked Owen Anderson with coming up with some trivia questions, and we can do the show live at Haven, which I believe the April 2nd is a Thursday night. I'm going to go double check that. We can do the show live at Haven with an in-person trivia show.
That would be fun.
See, I think that sounds fun, right?
And tell Owen I'll recuse myself from all trivia questions. He is safe.
Well, you're going to help co-host the show, right? So you're out anyway. But we're going to do a trivia night. I'm looking at some fun stuff that we have done over the years at Haven. Some of it we got sick of and said we never wanted to do again, but I don't know, in my burst of nostalgia, I kind of feel like I want to. It's like a Munchkin tournament. We all got so burned out on Munchkin, but that was years ago, 10 years ago. I'd like to maybe do an anniversary Munchkin tournament. I'm trying to work with some local breweries. I'm trying to work with some local, some folks like the Trash Pandas and things like that. We'll see what we come back with. But I just wanted to let you guys know, if you have shopped at Haven, if you were here at the beginning, if you just came in last week, doesn't matter. We want to celebrate our 25 years, which we couldn't do without our awesome customers and our awesome community. So we want to celebrate that and show our appreciation for our community and our customers. So we're going to do a whole lot of stuff. Alan, you're an idea man, so I'm sure you're going to have some good ideas for things we can do. Share those with me. Let's see, Jude's, I don't know much about comics. I started 2 years ago and recently got back into it. You know what? This is a great show for you then, because we're going to talk about comics and tell you what we like, what we don't like, why we like it, what makes it cool. And hopefully, if you hear things that catch your interest, you can pick them up, read them. You can expand your reading and find some more things that you enjoy. Kind of the whole deal that we do here. But, I might see if I can't commission Kaylisa to invent the cheesecake-filled donut as a Haven Comics exclusive for our anniversary.
Oh, that would be glorious. That would, yeah.
I bet she could do it, and I bet it would be amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that I thought of that Tuesday afternoon, and it's all I've been able to think about.
And it's clear you've been thinking about it ever since.
I've been thinking about it y'all, I'm serious. I'm not joking. If y'all remember, I guess a year or so ago, maybe even 2 years ago, on this very show, I got on a massive kick about I needed an Ouija board that was found in a yard sale.
Yeah.
I still need that in my life. I have still not found an Ouija board at a yard sale. I'm still looking, by the way. But now this whole concept of cheesecake inside of a donut, it just it just sounds delicious.
Well, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you up at the shop soon.
Yeah, that is two deliciousnesses put together into one deliciousness. I mean,
it's impossible to go wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I know we've been going for a while, but real quick before we jump off on something else, and yes, I already have an idea about the 25th, but I wanted to say, if you're not reading Geiger, I'm just not going to talk bad about you.
It's not a good issue to start on.
Yeah, not a good issue to start on. But if you're not reading Geiger, think of a really nasty cuss word and call yourself that and consider it from me. This book is amazing. We're getting more about the Northerner, and
which we've been wanting from the first time we saw a single picture of the guy.
Yeah, and every single page that we're getting out of the Northerner in this book, that character gets more and more and more intriguing.
Yep.
I mean, great stuff. You brought this up last week, and I'm 100% in agreement with you after finally reading it. But Rockefellers issue 12, it was a good issue, but the timing of the issue, this issue coming out in February.
It was off-putting.
But my favorite part of it is something you did not bring up last week.
Okay.
The fact that the guy sitting at the counter that said, I need one of those masks, was reading a Rook comic book.
Oh, yeah.
I freaking rolled when I saw that. I thought that was great.
Yep, that was good stuff.
Yeah, that was like perfect.
Yeah.
So, but that was literally it for the comics. And I just wanted to throw, because I didn't know how much longer, if we're going to have more issues with StreamYard, I wanted to throw these two out there right quick because they were both,
good call.
Yeah, fun read. Just not really good timing on the release. Phenomenal read, and yeah, this is not a good time to pick up Geiger. If you're reading Geiger, you know why. I mean, it is such a good book. I can't wait to see what else they do with it. And I think they already mentioned another character in this issue of Geiger that we have not met yet. And both of them were like, well, who's that? So the characters are just as confused as we are on this person's name, which I thought was a really nice touch.
Yeah, I concur. I thought that was great. Before we leave, I have to ask a question. If I keep saying the name of this book, is Big Brother going to shut us down?
I don't know. Probably not. They hadn't shut us down yet.
I mean, I'm going to start getting some kind of monitoring from the FBI or something because I keep saying cocaine. But yes, the laser drug force in the Florida hippopotamus cocaine massacre. Now showing at a theater near you.
So that was definitely one of those B movies that come on Skinamax late at night when we were teenagers.
Sorry, I'm being the way we could have seen it. Do you disagree?
Oh, those that know. Oh, wait, I just saw it. Those that know, they know.
People of a certain age know exactly what that was.
I mean, let's be honest with you.
And you're like, oh.
We come from an era that the Star Spangled Banner only meant one thing, and that was it was 11 o'clock at night.
That's right. That's hilarious. Oh my Lord.
Whew. Well,
we managed to get through it. Thanks, StreamYard. So frustrating. But thank you, everybody, for sticking with us. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. If you're watching this later, thank you so much for hanging out and watching. Let us know if you're reading something cool, if there's something that you think we ought to jump on and start reading. Let us know if you have topics for the show that you want us to do. Lord knows we're going to run out eventually, and having input from other people is always great. But also, Haven Comics, our 25th anniversary is coming up in just a few weeks. So would love for you guys to help us celebrate that, because we wouldn't have a store without you. So really appreciate that. We're super excited for it. And it's going to be a great time. Anything you want to say before we let folks go for the evening?
No, I mean, hey, be good or good at it. Either which one. Read more comic books.
That's right. Read them comics. They're good for you. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night, and we will catch you next week.